The unrepentant dance hall queen and the always dramatic fire starter, Jasmine Washington, were about to swear off in a way that would permanently change the dynamics of the show for weeks to come as the lights went down and the cameras began to roll. No one was prepared for what was about to unfold, but the scene was set for a night of drama on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, a program known for its big showdowns and explosive confrontations. Two women had been on their way to an accident. Jasmine had been stirring up controversy by defaming and attacking nearly everyone who had assisted her in becoming one of the most well-known figures in hip-hop and love. For a while, Atlanta had endured the jeers, but it was clear that she was growing weary of them. A woman like Spice could only endure so much hatred before she concluded it was time to take action. Cameras, producers, and crew were present at the high-profile event, which began with a sumptuous reunion of the Love and hip-hop ensemble. Although the evening was meant to be a celebration, the cast's interactions were causing tension to boil beneath the surface. After making offensive remarks all evening, Jasmine, the troublemaker, decided to target Spice tonight, knowing precisely how to irritate folks in an effort to highlight shortcomings in Spice's career and role on the program. They started disparaging her legacy and reputation in the music industry, labeling her anything from unimportant to washed up. The crowd gathered around, sensing the storm that was coming, but no one knew what would happen next. Spice, whose usual confidence has turned to a raging fury, had finally reached her breaking point after a long time. Enough insults, and Jasmine wasn't going to get away with it this time. Everyone in the room fell silent as they realized the atmosphere had changed, and the room grew tense as Spice slowly rose from her chair.
What the? I don't know what the chance. I don't know. I got this. It's my friend. I got this. No, she's my friend. Look, she got your friend. No, will you be back here? What did I do to you?
Jasmine failed to notice Spice's look or the rage that was growing inside of her because she was too busy attempting to disparage the lady who had earned her reputation through her hard work and natural talent. Spice abruptly hurried across the room toward Jasmine, but she was too preoccupied with running her mouth to notice what was about to happen. When Jasmine looked up just in time to see Spice standing in front of her, towering over her, the room seemed to hold its breath. This was personal. It was more than just words. Do you really believe you can treat me disrespectfully while you're here? You believe that you may discuss me as if I were a complete stranger. Everyone could feel Spice's presence, and her voice was sharp. Words still full of self-confidence. Jasmine tried to defend herself but was losing. You've been talking constantly for far too long.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Glamour magazine event. Hey, is that fighting? I don't know. This girl,
Too long, Jasmine. Spice had lost patience. I'm done with it when she actually explained her voice in a calm, cool tone. After that, Spice took a bold move that stunned everyone and changed the direction of the evening and the performance. You're done here, Spice replied, gesturing directly to Jasmine. The room exploded in pandemonium as the cast members murmured to each other, unsure of how to react after Spice made it obvious that Jasmine was no longer wanted on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. "You're out," struck Jasmine in the stomach. She gaped at Spice in disbelief, opening and closing her mouth to formulate a reaction, but nothing came out. Jasmine got up and retaliated in an attempt to restore her pride, but the damage had already been done, and her position in the performance was no longer guaranteed. Her voice became more adamant as she replied, "You think you're going to walk in here and destroy everything I've worked for? No one disrespects me like this. And no one disrespects my dignity." Spice's power and command were evident to the audience. She wasn't just defending herself, she was controlling the narrative. Jasmine, who was now obviously upset and ashamed, tried to explain, but her words were disregarded. When the producers and security guards arrived, it was clear that the event was over and that Jasmine could no longer be allowed to be here or have her behavior accepted. Was taken away. The woman who had been a key player in the drama.
girl,
Shekinah Spice think they did?
Of course, Blue Wig came with the clap. She screaming and hollering. Shekinah jumped in because, you know, they yin and yang. I just don't understand. Once again, everywhere we go, Spice is unite. This woman
was now being pushed out. With an unmistakable finality, Jasmine Spice said goodbye. You're out of here and don't ever come back. Her face shifted from anger to astonishment to sheer embarrassment. The conclusion of Jasmine's time in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was her expulsion, which was caused by the other players, but by one person whose rage no one could contain. Spice's choice was audacious, definitive, and established a standard for the program. Nobody was above the law or exempt from responsibility. Jasmine was escorted out of the building, leaving the cast to wonder what had happened. Spice showed the world that she wasn't just watching
with their Frost cult leaders. They would drink the Kool-Aid and die for them.
Bravo! You made a scene! They're in the nighttime. I can't talk to my phone. Are you kidding me? Y'all can't believe y'all did this.
the drama unfold. Rather, she was controlling it and wasn't afraid to take charge and make sure that everyone knows that respect is expected. Spice was standing straight in the lounge, looking around the room and into the other performers' eyes. They all understood that something significant had just occurred. It was no longer solely about Jasmine's behavior.
I know Spice to be a very bitter bitch. Like, how are you more mad at me than Rashida is? Everybody is right on point.
Rather, it was a declaration about power dynamics and what it meant to truly take responsibility for your place in the public eye following the incident. Love and rap music. Spice's decision to remove Jasmine from the show was a landmark event that changed the rules of the game and would never be forgotten by the public. Atlanta supporters responded to the startlingly audacious move on social media, regardless of public opinion. While some questioned the cruelty of Spice's choice, others hailed her as a hero for defending herself. Spice was the episode's finale, standing firmly. She was unconcerned that no one, not even Jasmine, would ever question her again after she had just delivered the Queen's clear message.